Okay, so I'm laying here in the um, empty dumpster area. This is where I'm going to sleep for a little while, at least, if I can. But I'm going to go also try to find somewhere to charge my phone at some point, I think. I don't know. I just wanted to get some sleep, but my other phone is about dead, so I had to shut it off. But this one isn't far off, but I wanted to record a little bit before bed. Um, I slept most of the day, actually. Well, not really. I mean, I probably only actually slept 3 hours since yesterday, or since the night before last, but um, I tried to sleep and just rested most of the day. Didn't really understand why I was so tired and lazy feeling, and then realized much later in the evening that it was because I hadn't had any caffeine. I was like, oh, right, I'm an addict. I forgot. So, um, I'm just going to try to get more sleep tonight since it's a clear night. And then start again in the morning. Probably go to McDonald's and charge my phones there. I had an offer. A guy gave me a ride into town, which was maybe like a 3 mile drive. So that was really nice because it saved me a lot of time and energy. And he offered to let me stay with him, and I was like, no, I appreciate it, like, because I'm not trying to randomly stay with random dudes. So that's something I'm coming to understand when I can receive help and how to not take it overboard, sort of deal. Um, what else? I don't know. There was something specifically I wanted to share, but I guess mostly just because I haven't shared anything since, or taken a video since earlier. I did get out of the semi, obviously. There was a worker that was there, said to just stay in there, and I was hoping I wouldn't get caught because I was scared that I'd get like either arrested or fined or something for trespassing. Um, I ended up in the semi because it was pouring rain and it was just a place for shelter, but there was a bed with a blanket, and it was not that it hadn't been driven since 2020. I could tell by the labels on the bottles. That was the date that was on any of the bottles in there, and there was also a calendar in there from 2020. So it was completely decommissioned. I don't think anybody, actively has used any of it for the last 3 years, but I was soaking wet and freezing cold and scared that I might get sick, so I curled up in bed there. I decided to sleep, and then I couldn't leave because a worker came and was doing stuff in the yard. He dragged in the axle of an old trailer and was working on that. So he was like using pieces from other trucks and stuff like that and just like driving around. But he had his truck parked directly behind the semi I was in, so I couldn't leave without getting noticed, and I obviously was trying to avoid that. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend that. Um, I guess is what I learned about it. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a lot better for your mental health to not be in a place where you feel like you're risking something legal, or being illegal essentially. But at the same time, um, yeah, I definitely needed that because I was having a really hard time in the rain, to be honest. And I don't know, that's one of the things where like I didn't want to get sick because it's not like I have anywhere to recuperate, but that's part of what this is like. Homeless people don't always have shelter, and like the whole thing about it was like getting kicked out of that gas station for trying to charge my phone, like that. it's hard out here. Not everybody can find, safe places to be. So, like, kind of any port in a time of storm sort of deal, but also be as respectful as you possibly can. I mean, I didn't trash the truck. I treated it with respect. I cleaned up everything and put it right back the way that it was when I was done. I didn't, I just, so it's not like anybody will even know that I was there aside from obviously anybody that watches this stuff, but like, it was no skin off the person's teeth who owns the truck necessarily, but at the same time, I wouldn't recommend just using people's things. um, I don't know. It's kind of, you always have to figure it out. I thought I was going to be able to stay at the laundromat tonight because they're open 24 hours. So I walked to McDonald's, which is nearby, was there until the lobby closed, which they closed the lobby early, so I had to leave at 9:30. And then I walked over to the laundromat, which is supposed to be open for 24 hours, but they were actually at 9:30, not letting anybody else in. And when the owner saw that I was essentially just, on foot with just my bag, he let me come in and do my laundry, which was very, very nice. I unfortunately wasn't able to charge my phone there, but it was nice to be able to just have somewhere to sit for that minute to do my laundry. And now, I don't have to worry about having his covered pans. So that's wonderful, and that was a real nice thing of him. He didn't even barely speak English, and was very, very nice to let me use the restroom and to let me uh, do my laundry, even though they had technically closed. But I wasn't able to stay there because apparently they're not actually 24 hours. And the space that I'm in right now is where I had been sitting and trying to sleep before it started raining. Yesterday, I'm at the abandoned Burger King. Um, and in the, behind restaurants, they'll have the concrete, like, enclosure that they keep the dumpsters in. It has a gate. So I'm in that. It doesn't have any dumpsters anymore. It's been cleared out. And I'm assuming, well, it's funny because, like, there's a blanket in here, and I folded it up and then put my bandana over it so that I'm not laying directly on it. But now I'm able to lay on something so I'm not just on the concrete. And the blanket is covered in this black tar that the enclosure's been painted with. So these are the type of spaces that homeless people normally do kind of find and stay in. When I was talking to a friend of mine who has, well, he had backpacked essentially through multiple states down south. As soon as I was like, well, in the back of restaurants, how they have like where they put the dumpsters, and he was like, oh, right, yeah, I know. He already knew exactly what I was talking about because that is, for anybody that's been homeless or anybody that's been on the street, like they would know that that's kind of a place where, well, it makes the most sense to go to the bathroom near dumpsters and garbage cans and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, like, it tends to be the place where a lot of people will go and use for restrooms. But thankfully, it doesn't seem like anybody's actually been in this space. At first, I thought they had because of the blanket, but the fact the blanket is actually covered in this tar and has the roller wrapped up in it. So I think that whoever had a painted in here, whoever did the enclosure whenever they were still in business, must have just left it here, sort of deal. Um, I don't know. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like anybody's actually been here. And so it's really nice because it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning right now. And there's nobody in the parking lot. Nobody's been bothering me. I do think that there might be somebody sleeping in this truck that's kind of parked right on the other side of the building. But when I was here yesterday, they ended up leaving around like 1 or so. Or I guess it was earlier than that. I don't know. Either way, I haven't been bothered with, so I'm just gonna take a little nappy nap here. Um, and then yeah, either go. There's a U-Haul building like across the parking lot, and I'm wondering if maybe I can find an outdoor outlet there. Um, There's one here at the Burger King, but it's not in use anymore. They don't have electricity in the building. But maybe at the U-Haul they'll have an outdoor one. Or I think the Taco Bell that's just up the way in the parking lot. Um, and maybe after they close, they might have one outside. Obviously, right. That's why I got kicked out of Quick Trip. But what are you supposed to do? If worst comes to worst, if I don't decide to do that, or if I can sleep all the way through the night, then I'll just go to McDonald's in the morning. But either way, that's what I'm gonna do. I think from here, I stayed around today without trying to get out of here because I'm hoping I can see a friend tomorrow who's been just having a particularly hard time since losing somebody very close to him. So I've been meaning to because I haven't seen any of my friends in years, but especially him. Like he's one of my closest friends, and I want to be there for him. But he's also going through a hard time, and I don't know if he's actually going to want to. It'll be like an emotional thing to see me and to kind of because everything that we talk about and stuff is kind of more deep, and if he's trying to avoid that stuff, it might be easier for him not to see me. And I understand, but I figured I would stick around just in case, because I would love to be able to be of help to him at all if he wants it. Um, so I'll see how that goes, and then if nothing comes of that with him, then I'm going to uh, probably take the train to Chicago. I don't know for sure yet. I would like to see how far south I can get, but I only have $50, so just kind of going by ear. I mean, I'd love to find ways to make more money and stuff right now, but at the same time, I just haven't been led in that direction yet, so I don't know yet. Tomorrow I can already feel is going to be a very new day, and there's going to be a lot to sort out. I would like to go and spend time doing those videos, writing stuff down and everything, and editing them so that I can start posting. That's what I hoped I could get to today and didn't get the chance to. So hopefully tomorrow will be the day where I can be a lot more productive. And yeah, that's about what I got right now. I mean, there's a lot on my plate emotionally, but that's all like personal stuff. I don't know, nothing of importance. I mean, not of importance, but like nothing worth sharing in that way. I do want to also get back to making more videos about like my experiences and what I've been through, but I'm just actively going through, this experience right now, so I haven't really been focused on past trauma, which is great and fine. But I do think it's important that I get that stuff out too at some point. So yeah, we'll see. Tomorrow will be a new day, and hopefully I can get a little rest, and that I'll be safe here, and that I can really get things moving in a good direction tomorrow. And that's about it. All right. Thanks for continuing to check in.